Hello guys, and welcome back to our Divide Empire Battle Tactics series. And we will continue this by talking about how we can use the early Roman armies to deal with an enemy armies with a lot of pikemen, like the Emperors, for example. The Emperors, they are the biggest threat of the Roman in the early game, and we will need to deal with them. They have a very strong army of pikes, and yeah, they have a very strong army, very strong early army with very strong pikemen. Over here they have like 5 pikemen, 6 pikemen, and very strong. And they also have way better carry than us. They will have access to the Thessalian carry. They can have a few of the companion carries that they can recruit in Magna Graecia. But I think the Thessalian carry would be more dangerous than the companion carry. They also have 1 unit of elephant, very dangerous one. Very dangerous units that we need to deal with. And they will have some very good missile units like the Pentas here, for example, and the Greek Slinger. While they are only the basic slingers, they still much better than the Roman Slinger in the early game. They will also have access to Turius unit in the early game, and they would have some Turius swordman. They're quite dangerous now with a loss of javelin, and they will be able to support the pike and hoplites really well. So how we can deal with this kind of armies with our early Roman unit? The early Roman units is kinda bad compared to the Emperor's one. We only have access to a lot of spear unit, the hastati, the early hastati, and the early principe are both spear unit. They do not have the offensive power of the sword unit. So the early Roman armies, they have really low offensive capability. Very low. The best offensive unit we have access to in the very early games probably is the cavalry. And they are not a very strong cavalry unit at all. They can do something, but they are not very strong. The equites, they're pretty bad actually. Their start is pretty low. Look at this, only 8 melee attack, 11 melee defenses, very weak sharpness. Nothing special about this guy. Very low armors as well. Nothing special compared to the Thessalian cavalry. The Thessalian cavalry is much stronger, much higher melee attack, sharpness, and they have a special horse. They have Thessalian horse, so their charge will be stronger than the Roman cavalry. If we fight the pikemen in the front with frontal assault, the Roman infantry will definitely lose. Okay. Now how we can win against pikemen? The one thing that the Roman infantry will have advantage of the Emperor's pikemen is that the Roman infantry, they fight better outside of formation, while the pikemen will have to rely heavily on the formation. The Roman units actually fight really well without the formation. So over here we will try to not use any kind of formation. And the pikemen, one really big weakness of the pikemen and the hoplites is that they don't have any they can't chase units, which means we can withdraw from them quite easily without taking any casualty, and they are very slow. So our idea here is we will try to fight outside the formation and try to get rid of all of the other unit first before we go back and deal with the enemy PIKES and HOPLITES. Okay. Over here, with the Roman, we will have 2 rotary in the front and try to take all the javelins, the charge, the elephant charge with the rotary. They will run, they will die, but we can replace them easily. And we will have 2 hastily on the left flank, 2 hastily on the right flank. We will try to use this hastily. They are pretty fast and they are a really strong spear unit. The hastily here is actually a very strong spear unit in the early game. Very good start, very good armor for a light unit. And we will use this guy to fight the enemy cavalry. The cavalry back here will be used to support the hastily to fight the enemy cavalry. Like that. The Principe, we keep the Principe in the back. And when the time comes, we will try to use the Principe here to defeat the enemy melee unit, like those tourists, for example. And we will not try to engage the pikemen with any of our units. We only have the leaf. The leaf is at the spear, that's a javelin missile unit, and we still need them to deal with the elephant. The javelin can kill elephant very fast, so we will need some of them. Even though they are very bad, they are very weak, but worse than the enemy petas. But we still need to use them. Let's see how we will do that. First, just charge in there without your army. Another advantage of the Roman versus the Epirus is on the campaign map that we can recruit much faster than the Epirus. But that's another story. Over here we will have 20 unit versus 20 unit, and we fight against pikemen. First we charge the rotary in here, try to take the enemy missile attack with them. The good thing about the rotary is that they have very high missile block chance, 75 missile block chance for a levy unit. And then we move 1 rotary to the left over here and try to intercept the enemy elephant. That's the strongest enemy unit that we need to take care of, and just use all of our javelins to attack it and bring it out as fast as possible. Over here we will make the hastily get into defensive formation. It will give them more armor and more mass and very nice bonus against elephants, so they can fight better against them. Yeah, look at this. This elephant will be destroyed very fast by the javelin man. Okay, over here you can see we will engage the enemy cavalry with the hastily. The hastily will be able to win versus the enemy cavalry. And then after we engage with the hastily, we send cavalry in there to support them, to chase the cavalry down. Don't engage the enemy cavalry with our old cavalry. It will be just like suicide. Since this guy is much stronger than the Roman cavalry. We just use the spear unit to engage their cavalry. Like this, use spear units to engage the cavalry, and use our old cavalry move around to support the spear. Look at this. Don't engage the pike. Don't engage the pike yet. Keep your distance and try to fight try to kill the melee unit and carry first. Yep, carry move in to support the spear. Carry move in to support the spear. We use our faster, more flexible unit to fight the enemy like this. Eventually, we will be able to kill all of the enemy cavalry and only use the Principe to engage the turrets. When we're done with the cavalry, we can move our units around like this. We can move our cavalry like this, move around like this, and try to attack the enemy missile unit in the rear, just like this. Yeah, let's fast forward just a little bit. And when the pikemen approaching, we will just withdraw our units here. Withdraw from the pikemen. Don't fight the pike in the front. Yeah, just use the spear to deal with the enemy cavalry. Cavalry here, attack the enemy in the rear, try to finish the enemy missile units and enemy melee units with the spearman. Spearman attack enemy cavalry like this. The hoplites and the pikemen would be too slow to be able to move around, support their cavalry and line unit. We can just get rid of this guy really easily. Yeah, charge into the turret swordman with the Principe. Charge into them. We should be able to win. Over here, even if we will lose some units, just try to disengage from the pikes and hoplites and use other units around here to support, catch this guy in melee and get rid of them first. Don't try to fight against the enemy pikes and hoplites. Just disengage from them whenever possible. Run away from them. Don't fight them yet. Until we can take care of all of the supporting units of the enemy, we don't fight the pike. Yeah, the best way to fight the pikemen is don't fight them. Look at this. We can finally kill all of the enemy supporting units. All of them's dead. Now it's time to deal with the pikeman. So now, how to deal with the pikeman after we have dealt with all of the supporting units? It's quite simple. Just surrounding them with your faster units and then charge. And then charge them from both sides, both in the front and in the back. And then we can try to withdraw the unit that is fighting the pikeman in the front and let the unit that is fighting in the back keep fighting. Keep cycle charge the pikemen until they break. And don't let your unit stay in melee for too long or the pikemen will be able to kill them. Yeah, let's just charge in and then withdraw. Charge and withdraw, charge, withdraw. And eventually the pikes will break. Don't let your melee unit stay in melee, because the pike will push in there and kill this guy really fast. We have to keep withdraw from him after the charge. We charge in and then we withdraw and then we charge in again. Eventually this guy will and it will take a few charges to be able to rout a pike unit with the Roman infantry, because the Roman infantry, while they are very strong, but their offensive capability is really low. They are just spear units. They have very low attack, very low charge, very low weapon damage, so they will not be able to break the pikemen with just one charge. We will need to cycle charge, surround them, cycle charge with cavalry, with infantry, and if we still have some missile, some ammunition, use missile attack. Missile attack is actually the most effective way to kill enemy pike. Yeah. If we let our units stay in melee for too long, they will get destroyed by the enemy pikes. Just like this. But if you feel that you cannot rout this guy just yet, just disengage all of your units, disengage, and rearrange your units around them, and then charge back in. They cannot chase and kill their units while we retreating, so do this, repeating until all of this guy will rout, and that's the best way to deal with the pike based army using the Roman unit. This is the early Roman unit. At Polybian, we will have a much easier time dealing with pike, since at Polybian our Principe will be a sword unit, and they will be much better at attacking than the spear unit like this. They can rout the pike much easier, but we will use the same methods. Like over here. We will avoid fighting the PIKES and hoplite at all costs, and try to get rid of all of the enemy supporting units, get rid of all the cavalry, get rid of all of the missile units, get rid of all of the light infantry if they have any, and then once we done with all of these guys, just surround the pikemen, split them up into smaller groups like this, and cycle charge them from multiple directions until they break. If they don't break, disengage, and charge in again. And why you need to cycle charge? Because of the charge bonus of the unit. Every unit have some charge bonus, and if you cycle charge your units, it will make use of your units charge bonus, and they will find more effectively with the charge bonus and kill this pikeman faster. Look at this. In the end, we can kill these pikes and hoplites without taking too many casualty at all. Just separate them into smaller groups, cycle charge from the back, withdraw the units fighting in the front, charge into the back of this pikeman, and it's quite easy to defeat them. If we have some stronger units like better cavalry, better missile units, use them, and you can rout this pikes and hoplite much faster. The X-Men will be the best to fight against the pikes. They will do a lot of damage when charge the pikes and hoplite units in the rear. And my favorite is actually using missile unit. So satisfying seeing some kind of missile units like the Dark Slinger or the Cretan Archers, for example, shot at the enemy pikes and hoplite unit in the back. It's very satisfying. So I hope that with that video you will have an idea of how to use the Roman units to fight against the enemy pike and hoplite unit. It's not very difficult, but it's quite tricky for a new player. So I hope that this video is helpful for you, and thank you very much for watching. We will and see you in the next episode. And in the next episode, we will talk about how to use the Roman armies to fight another very dangerous enemy, that is the cataphracts and horse archer. Some of the most dangerous units that the Roman army will have to face. You can see here, we don't take too much casualty fighting this dude at all, and the pikemen score very little kills compared to the cavalry and to the line unit. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next episode.